SPconvo, SPconvo. Let's do it. Special day today. Good day, people. Welcome to the SPconvo. You know, as you know by now, my thing is this. Where's the lie? I'll wait. And if you've been watching me for some time now, you know what is my movement after I say, I'll wait. Alright, today is about communication. The importance of communication. Why is communication needed in life? Not just for relationships, but in life. Well, to be understood, you have to talk. Talking is a form of communication. But not only that, communication could be used for various reasons. If you have a relationship, or if you're in a relationship with a female, you need to talk to that female to let her know what the boundaries is. The same for her. Get to know what a person likes is and dislikes. Communication. The first thing is the tone. If you speak in an easy tone, you get more listeners. If you speak in an aggressive tone, you get a reaction. Just how you're supposed to talk to a lady. Excuse me. How you doing? I just want to ask you a question. How long you gonna be using that machine over there? No, I just want to use it. Thank you. Next thing you know, the machine is yours. But if you come like this, yeah, excuse me, yo, how long you gonna be with that? You know what I mean? How long you gonna be with that? Yeah, the machine. How long you gonna be, lady? Huh? Oh, nah. Nah. You gotta hurry up with that. Yeah. You're not gonna get nothing. You understand? You're not gonna get nothing. So, communication is important. It's needed. Now, for all my young fellas out there, when you're young and you're coming up in life, learning who you are, figuring things out, what you're gonna do, for the most part, you're not ready for a relationship. But since you're already in one, you have to know how to talk to your female. You have to know how to talk to your girlfriend. And talking to your girlfriend, the first thing is being gentle with her. Asking her what it is that she wants from you. She probably won't know. You're both young. But you're never too young to speak. So it starts off by for the most part, you letting your girlfriend know what are the things you haven't experienced in your childhood, because that's all you have is your childhood. So more than likely, letting your girlfriend know, your mother and your father, X, Y, and Z. Your siblings, A, B, C. How you look at things, X, Y, and Z. How you feel about yourself, A, B, C. And in turn, she's going to express to you what she went through, how she grew up, how her family is. That's important. Relationships tell you more about yourself than the other person. Because after you express yourself to that other part, if that person still do the same thing that you already expressed that you don't like, depending on how you react to it, that shows more of you handle things. That shows more of you in the way you handle things than it shows of her, and vice versa. Now, I've been known to have a good ear. And having a good ear means I stay quiet most of the time and listen to majority of the things that's being said to me. And I only speak after I get permission from the other person by saying, "You finish?" No. I just want to make sure you finish because I don't want to interrupt you. You give your undivided attention, the body language. That makes somebody feel very content with you. Because in order for that communication to be both ways, somebody have to stop, hush, listen, observe. What makes things go bad is when two people are talking amongst each other in a high tone. Nobody's listening, everybody's talking. That is a true statement. If two people are yelling or have a high-pitched sense of speaking to one another, who's hearing who? There's nobody that hears each other when they both yelling at each other. I'm lying? Where's the lie? I'll wait. You have to talk. And depending on the tone, the volume, the bass, depends on the outcome. Now, for those of you that have a hard time speaking, it's very easy. Number one, use that. Stay quiet and watch. There's always someone out there that's going to say something that you can relate to or that you can understand. There's always that one person that's going to say something that's going to get you comfortable enough to part your lips to start talking. See, most people are uncomfortable when speaking because depending on what the conversation is about, a person don't feel comfortable interjecting because nobody want to feel dumb. Nobody want to be looked at as a numbskull. Everybody want to be seen to be hip. Everybody want to seem to be looked as hip, cool, in the loop, into the how, into the now, into the what, into the why, into the where. Everybody want to seem like they involved. That's why you have to know who you are. If you know who you are, everything would start to unravel. So let me give you an example. You at a restaurant. It's a formal restaurant. Slacks, tie, shirt, dinner vest, blazer, or jacket. Now you didn't read the I'm saying you didn't read the invite list. You didn't read it. You're only invited to this restaurant if you have so and so and so and so on. So you come with your sneakers on, nice pair of black jeans, and a regular shirt. You walk inside. You get through the door. The greeter's not there. So you get to the second stage. The waiter's there. Oh, excuse me. Yes? Do you know anybody here? No. I just, I have the money. I got a lot of money. I belong here. No, you don't fit the cause. You don't have the proper attire on. I don't need the proper attire. I got money. I'm big banking. I got it. I'm big banking. The waitress gonna say, Greeter, come. Does he look presentable? No. I'm surprised he got past me. Then you get escorted out. Your clothes is another way of communicating. What you wearing showed you don't belong. You don't belong. Now, you go down the block, you change it to some slacks, tie, vest, shoes. Boom. Now, they just remember you from before. You already said you got the black card. You already said you big banking. So you pull out that black card. You show them that. You're already in there. You didn't come at them belligerent. You came at them a little arrogant and posh, but you didn't fit the part. You gotta know how to play it out there. We have to know who you are. So if you're a person that don't know how to communicate, you sit back and you watch. And I guarantee you, there's going to be that one person that's going to express to you through the way you are that you could take that talking point and go in and be yourself. So let me give you a scenario. My son was playing with his girlfriend the other day. They was playing a game of Uno. And he didn't know how to play the game. So he pretend as if he knew how to play the game. So he wanted me to play. So I played a hand with them. And it's this new game, Uno, I don't know, like 6.0. No, I don't know. It's new Uno game. And he put out the card and it had a +6 on it. And then he pulled out another card that had +10. And that was all he had in his arsenal. So, the new game is if you have more than 30 cards, you automatically lose because they're not going to take time for you to find a way to strategize to get rid of those cards. It's like once you pick all those cards up, it's over. So long story short, my son put all his best shots down, not paying attention to if I had cards just like him or did his girlfriend have cards just like him. So when I seen he put those 2 cards down, I put my extra 10 and I put my extra 10 again. So now it would go to his girlfriend. So his girlfriend said, And that's when he realized that he was out because he'd have to pick up more. He would have to pick up over 25 cards or 30 cards. So it automatically X'd him out. So after the game was over, she said, Yo, you don't know how to play. Why wasn't you just being honest? Just be honest and say you never played before. Because why would you just throw out all your cards thinking you're going to mess your dad over and you're not knowing what your dad had in his hand? You need a poker face. That's another way of communication. Having a blank face. Nobody can know what you're thinking, what your motives is. Nobody know what your motives could, what you're gonna have in store for them. So they're scratching their head, trying to figure like, what? I don't see no body language. I don't see no twitching at the eye. He just as if he's not there. So there's many different forms of letting a person know communication. When you're at a job now, you meet a whole lot of different characters of people. And for the most part, people act different at work than when they are at home. That's a no-brainer. But if you watch and observe people, people love to be the center of attention. So that shows, not all the time, but that shows in a personal life, in their homes, they're not really that it factor. Because maybe in their household, they don't have no control. They don't have that word C, the confidence. So they bring all that, what they lack of, they bring that to work. So you may know your coworker as a vibrant, extrovert, exciting individual. But he or she in their house may be bored, lazy, non-motivated individual. So you could pick up by a person's character. That's another form of communication. You can see things. Certain things is too good to be true with certain people. So you say to yourself, I wonder if this person like that when he's at home. What's best to help you solve that person? Well, everybody have a phone. Everybody have a friend, family member. Wait till you get close to that person one day. Just close. Not friendship-wise. You just happen to be in close proximity when he or she is on the phone. And most people like to be explosive, and most people like to be attentive and attention seekers. So they put their family business on speakerphone, and you get to hear the interaction between he or she and their family members. Now, let's just say you hear the family member say, oh, get out of here. Don't be acting like that because you're at work now. Because you know in the house, if you're here in the house, it ain't going to be like that. Then they give you an understanding of, okay, this person is fronting. This person is the original fraud. He or she, they just giving me a character. So, I had a lot of girls in my life, man. A lot of girls is interested in me, as I was never interested in them. But the way I carried myself struck their curiosity. Made them get a, let me see what that person's about. Because I played the quiet character. While all the other guys was fit, boisterous. Some was intuitive. Some was, make the girls laugh. Got their hardcore walk. I'm sitting in the chair, legs crossed, my glasses on, like this. Quiet. A girl approached me. Excuse me. What's your name? J Black. Okay, J Black. Why you don't say nothing? I don't know nobody. I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay. They go about their business. Next female come up. Excuse me, J Black. Excuse me, J Black. That's not my name. You told the other girl your name is J Black. No, she asked me what's my name. You just came up to me and said J Black. But I didn't tell you it's J Black. You don't know if that's my name. What? I don't know you. So you just told that lady anything? I don't know her neither. But she asked me what's my name. I gave her a name. J Black. You confronted me and said J Black. I don't know you for you to be calling me J Black. Because I most definitely didn't tell you my name is J Black. You gotta play around with their heads, man. Gotta get them to think. So now, just 5 minutes ago, I was quiet, so they came towards me. I made them feel confident by me being quiet and being meek. The first girl, I gave her a name. The second girl just straight came at me with that name. I made her, think twice, like, oh, what? You gotta be a little bit of a a-hole to get that attention. It's just part of the game. The game of life. I said today when I do this communication thing, right? I said I wanna express the importance of talking. I wanna express the importance of loving somebody. Because when you love somebody, you don't leave nobody in the darkness. You express how you feel. You talk. You never let somebody that you love to come up with conclusions and thoughts in their own head that may lead the relationship to end faster than you ever intended for it to be. We live in modern times today where everybody's on their phone, so their attention span is kaputs. It's short. This phone thingamajig mechanism have set people so far apart, where back in the days everybody was so close. Everything gets sped up. You can't make good love no more because hey, 10 minutes, my show's coming on. They're already distracted. They're already programmed. Women and men. Women and men. I said, let me put this out today. The key to communication. Understanding. Health. In order for you to have a healthy relationship, communication must be there. In order for you to have a healthy job environment, communication must be there. In order for you to have a safe environment, communication, signs being posted, okay? Lights being illuminated. Everything is about communicating to and from. I love my life. I've been in airplanes, boats, cars. I traveled. spend money, lost money, made money, messed over money. What I bring to my relationships is open honesty. Now, I don't give myself fully. You have to give yourself throughout the duration of the relationship. So in the first year of a relationship, you're supposed to build that foundation. Because if you don't have no foundation, you don't have nothing to stand on. So honesty must be there. Respect must be there. And this is a major, 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 major thing. You must have some type of fun, excitement in your relationship. People don't want to have fun. They want to take the fun out of the relationship. You must be able to crack a joke when you're talking to your lady. You must be able to take some criticism and make light of it when you're dealing with your lady. Same thing for the ladies. You can't be too uptight when your man is saying, "Oh, you pretty, but I think she pretty too." You shouldn't be going to the broom closet to go get a broom to crack him over his head because you think he really trying to be so much of a undercover lover that he's saying stuff in front of your face in a joking form to take you out of your, Nah, man. Learn how to, joke with a person. Know how to understand that in this thing here called life, you only get it one. You only get one. You only get one. And I say it 3 times. One time at life. So don't spend it criticizing one another. Don't spend it looking to get something out of it that you know you can get from yourself. Don't spend it looking to compare your situation to a celebrity, to somebody that's on TV. Or you compare your relationship to somebody that you see on social media. And this is how you know. Depending on who you are and who she is and who you are determines on how far you're going to go and how much of a connect you're going to have. Trusting yourselves, trusting one another. Now, let's scale back some. Let's go back. Imagine you in the house by yourself. Day in, day out. Day in, day out. You got a phone, but there's nobody to call. Sure, you could call your mom, your sister, if you have a family member like that, one close friend. But other than that, if you don't call them, they're not calling you. Day in, day out. That's an introvert. That is an introvert. Now imagine somebody that's always on the phone, calling everybody nonstop. I'm talking about grandma, grandpa, cousins, friends, the person down the block, the gambler, the person that rob banks, the car thief. That person that speaks to everybody and calls anybody. That's an extrovert. That's a person that's out there going willy-nilly, haywire. An extrovert and an introvert can't mix. Or can they? What if that extrovert start talking less and that introvert start talking more? What if they role reversed? This is hypothetically. What if they role reversed? What if that introvert got to see how that extrovert live and that extrovert got to see how that introvert live? And then you pair them back up later on. And then they had that communication going where they both express each other's experience. That's what a relationship is. That's what communication is. Taking from one another with hopes of bringing positivity, with hopes of having a long-lasting situation. But through that, you're building a foundation. So I say that to say we all come from different walks of life. We all come from different upbringings. We come from different situations. We have a different character. We have a different personality trait. And each one is to teach one. So that's the importance of communicating. Fellas, talk easy if you want them girls. Girls is right there for the taking. You just gotta talk to them. It's simple. See something that you like, you speak on it in an easy tone. Never aggress. Never with an aggression tone. You're not gonna get a response. You're gonna get a reaction. You're not gonna get a response. You're gonna get a reaction. Ladies don't like that. Ladies like to feel, desired. They like to feel protected. They like to feel content. Or like crazy stuff. They may jittery laugh, but in the back of their mind they're saying, girl, let 911 come. This man is a case. Fellas, this is for y'all. Take some notes. Take some notes. That's all I gotta say, people. Have a good one. Easy day. Easy going. That's how we do. I'm out. SPconvo. SPconvo. Until next time.